Hi, my name is Cindy, and I'm getting ready to make my last batch of toffee. I usually make it only at Christmas time. So I thought I would let you see how I make toffee, and maybe you'd like to make some too. So what we do is we start with a cold skillet, and a non-stick skillet is the best. And you need one big enough so if it boils, and make sure it's cold, make sure it's not a hot skillet you're starting with. And you take 2 cubes of butter, and use the best brand like Challenge butter. And you put 2 cubes of butter in your skillet. I've made toffee every year for quite a few years. I make it for Christmas presents at Christmas time. I take the butter wrapper and take a cookie sheet and grease the bottom. And you're melting 2 cubes of butter. If you get a cheaper butter, they have more water in them, and you'll notice that it doesn't make as good a toffee. That's why I stick with the best brand. And we'll melt these, and when we get these melted, what we have is a cup of almonds sliced, a cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons water, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And I do not use a candy thermometer. And for the top of it, you grate a bar of Hershey's chocolate, milk chocolate, and I take the sliced almonds and I chop them and grind them for the top. This doesn't take long to make. It goes real fast, and you go by the color. I don't make it through the year because then I'd be sitting around all year eating toffee, and that's not very good. So I make it only at Christmas time. Christmas is over, but I'm making my last batch. And I have the burner on high. And I don't have a problem using a non-stick skillet. You'll have a problem if you try using a skillet that's not non-stick. My son bought me this skillet, and it's large enough I can leave it on high without worrying about this butter and the toffee boiling over. As soon as the butter melts, we'll add the water and the vanilla, and that's what makes it foam up. Okay, the 2 cubes of butter, Challenge butter, melted. Now I've got 3 tablespoons of water and a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're supposed to add the sugar in. And it's probably best if you add the sugar before you add that water. It foams up better. And I only stir it until I get the sugar melted in, and then you don't have to stir it as much. And you'll see the foam action in the pan. And you watch for a light tan color, and butter always browns, so you'll see through the middle eventually. It doesn't take too long. You'll see a brown streak start through the pan, and now it's foaming really good. And a lot of people are afraid to watch for the color, but you'll see it when you see a brown tan streak start through the middle of the toffee. So you can see some right here. So when it gets a little bit more, we can add the almonds. See, now we have the tan. Now you see the tan. You add your couple of sliced almonds. And you stir this in and watch it, and when it turns a dark tan, it's done. When it turns dark tan, you'll actually watch the nuts and they'll look like they're popping in the pan. You can see it better if you don't stir it as often. When you stir, every now and then you can see the dark streaks starting through it. And when it starts turning brown, it'll go really fast and you'll have to jerk it off so you don't burn it. See, I can smell it and I can see the dark streaks starting through it. And it's almost done, ready to pour up. Okay, and I'll turn off the burner. Stir it in real good. Okay, and we're done. Take the pan. And all you do when you pour it in the pan is go slow. And this is, you can use a smaller pan if you like it thicker. Pour it real slowly and just take it across the pan. If you don't go real fast, it'll stay thick. And if you're going to make more than one batch, you want to take this hot pan. You want to clean it. Always start your toffee with a cold skillet because that changes the temperature of the butter. And you need to rinse it out and rinse it in cold water until your skillet is cold to start with. Never start with a hot skillet. Then while it's hot, we take grated Hershey's chocolate, milk chocolate in the big bars, and I put 2 bars in here, and you sprinkle as much as you want on there. I just take a spoon and spread it over the top. And I do not grate and chocolate both sides because that's too much chocolate. It's sweet enough, so I just do one side. Very fast, and it's a very nice gift to put in a nice box to give to somebody for a present. Some people melt chocolate and brush it on, but this is hot enough. That's not necessary. If you just grate it, you can pour it and sprinkle it on the top and it'll melt in and sit up. You put as much as what you're wanting on there. Okay. Then you take the ground nuts, and I use the almonds, and sprinkle them over the top. And if you're making several batches, you can actually take the loose nuts that are left when this sets up, and you can save them because the nuts and the chocolate and the pieces in it don't hurt the toffee any, and you can reuse it. And I coat the whole top. Then I just take my hands and kind of press it in a little bit. That way the nuts don't fall off. You leave it set up until it might take overnight. You can put it in the refrigerator or just leave it set on your cabinet till it cools. And that's how you make toffee. And I can show you a piece I have left from my other batch. It's real quick. I'm going to have to come in here. Here's the toffee. That's what it looks like. We'll go in the kitchen where there's a better light. And here we are, and this is what it looks like. And that's what we just made. Well, happy munching. Bye.